Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Disabled but Able Budgeting. It is the 31st of December and time for my December closeout. I'm excited, nervous, I guess, not maybe specifically for this, but just in general, the new year is always a time where I get very excited and then I also get a little thoughtful. I don't know, but yeah, it's lots of emotions, but I am looking forward to doing this. I think I'm in a good place. That's the feeling going into this. So I hope that that's what's going to be happening. So, um, like last time, um, I have written down the numbers from my November closeout. So that's these numbers in blue. And I will be going through my envelopes and both counting to see what I have in here, but also exchanging placeholders, as you can see lined up here, so that I can make the envelopes a little bit slimmer, because I do think that some of them has a little bit of strain, since I have made my own envelopes, but I've also bought a few ones, but I do want them to last. That's the plan. Before I ramble a lot more, let's just get into it. Okay, so we're, as usual, starting off with my bills. Um, so going in here and looking at student loan, that has 1,005, 2,000, 2,651, 2,651 kroner. I'm a lefty, so I've said it in my earlier videos, but this is my setup at my parents', and I have a smaller table on top of another table, and the legs are right here. So I'm trying to write with, and I like to turn my pages, so I'll try to make it work. But if you see somewhere at angles, I am sorry about that. I will try my best for it to not be so bad. But I can change out some of the placeholder, so I'm going to be doing that. $2,000. 600. So 2,651 in student loan. Insurance, it started off in December with 622 kroner. So it now has 520, 41, 2, 3, 4. 544. And I can't do anything to those placeholders. Union fees had 444 kroner. It now has 2, 3, 450, 70, 80, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 488 for 88. Not much I can do here as well, but 2, 4, 50, 70, 80, 5, 6, 7, 8. So sometimes I have a lot to condense and sometimes not so much apparently. Okay, transportation had 872 and now it has 5, 6, 7, 50, 821, 2, 3, 4, 824. Yeah, 5, 7, 8, 21, 2, 3, 4. How are you guys celebrating New Year's? Are you celebrating New Year's? When I was younger, I think it was very important for me to make it a big thing or as big as I could, going out and partying and doing all the stuff. But now I'm just really happy with being with my family, eating good food, and just hanging out with my puppy. I am going to go have a late dinner with some friends, but I'm coming back to spend New Year's with my puppy to make sure that everything will be okay. There isn't usually a lot of fireworks or anything around here, so it is a lot better than when we've stayed in Oslo since there's a lot of fireworks there, but I'm still going to take some precautions. So that's my fun but very low key plans for New Year's. And electricity had 939 when we started in December. It now has 5, 6, 721, 2, 3, 4, 724. My phone had 150 and it still has 150, so that's the same. I am trying out a new mic and I do hope it is better than before the mic, but also if you have any comments, if it's good, if it's bad, if you thought the sound was better before, please let me know because I am trying to make this as pleasant for us all as I can. Though I had hoped it wouldn't pick up sound so far away so that you couldn't hear my puppy or noise around me as well as earlier. From the few tests I've done, it isn't really doing that, but I'm hoping that it is still a better experience to have the mic than to not have the mic. So, TV and internet started off with 961. It now has 5, 7, 9, 51, 50, 61, 2. So, 962. So can't condense that one either. Uh, Physical therapy, I crossed it out here because I'm trying to line the numbers on the page up with how they are coming up in the binder. So I just moved it to where it now is next to in this binder. So subscription had 489. It now has 2, 350, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3. 383. No condensing in that one either. There's not a lot of condensing today. Retirement has 5/1/5/2000. So finally, a little bit of condensing. Though this, it isn't a bill, but it is taken out of my account every single month towards my retirement fund. So it is 2000, so I'm just trying to keep this going. I'm not planning on or trying to save up more than this 2000, at least at the moment. Yeah. So that's it for this binder. I don't think I was able to do a lot except for count to see that they are fairly similar numbers. So not a lot of change, a little bit up, a little bit down, but pretty stable, I guess. This is a thick one because of my wallet envelope in here. That is the big one right here. Yeah, it needs to be dealt with. Okay, so starting off with mortgage, it had 285 in the beginning of December. It now has 570 kroner, which is great. So I think every 1,000 kroner, I will just put it in the bank. So we have a window every single month of, I think, about a week that we're allowed to put in extra money into our mortgage. So I think when I get over 1,000, I will do that the next time I'm able to do that. So HOA. HOA had 213. It now has 220, 45, 6, 7. 247. Yeah, and I'm also a little bit happy that I'm closer in my budget to what it actually is. So I'm getting closer with it, and paying down my HOA is also not one of my goals right now. So just as long as I keep on top of it, I'm happy with that. My paw insurance. You know what? I'm going to take my wallet out since there is cash in my paw insurance. So in the beginning of December, it had 1,750. I have some cash here. So unlike what I did my last closeout where I had a lot of issues, I think what I'm going to do is trade in the money here and then put this back into the bank so that I can roll this over to paying my weekly cash stuffings. So before I count this, I'm just going to, so this is 450. 2, 450. So paw insurance now has 1,005, 2,000. Two, 4, 5, 600, 700. So 2,700. I think I'm going to leave my wallet until the end, and we'll see if that's a mistake or not. Because there's also some cash in here. So 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9, 11, 1,300. Physical therapy has 1,005, 7, 9, 2,000. $2,120. And extra week had 392 kroner. It now has 2, 3, 400, 50, 70, 92. 492. And ingredients had 65. It now has 200. And buffer didn't have anything last month. It now has 5,751. My Chibi folder, which has her insurance for 2026, is fully funded with 14,000 in it. So it's the same as last time. I'm just keeping this in here for maybe not tracking, but it does feel good inside that I have this covered. So I'm just keeping it there and keeping track of it so that, you know, I can have that good feeling every single month, I guess. And gifts had 2,450. So there was both Christmas and a bunch of birthdays. So that is now a big fat 0 in there. And I think I did a mistake by not counting this beforehand. So in cash, we have 5, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 50. Just writing it down so that I don't forget it. And in here we have so I'm back and I had to go back and look at my previous video to see how much I counted then. So if that is correct, my envelope had 6,600.